Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to welcome you to Every Life Chronicles. I'm Samuel, and today we'll delve into the most impactful tsunamis in history. Before we begin, I'd like to ask everyone to subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and activate the notification bell to receive all our updates. We're aiming for our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and each of your participations is essential to achieve this objective. Additionally, if you want to support our work, there's an option to make a donation through the link available in the description. We greatly appreciate your collaboration. Now, without further ado, let's explore together the fascinating world of tsunamis. What are tsunamis, and how do they form? Tsunamis are gigantic waves caused by a large and sudden displacement of water in the ocean. This displacement can be triggered by various factors such as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, landslides, meteorites, or nuclear explosions. When these events occur on the ocean floor, they generate a disturbance on the water surface that propagates in all directions, forming tsunamis. Tsunamis can vary in size and speed, depending on the intensity and depth of the event that originated them. In deep waters, tsunamis can travel at speeds exceeding 800 km/h, but may only have a few centimeters in height, going unnoticed by ships and satellites. However, as they approach the coast, they lose speed and gain height, potentially reaching tens or even hundreds of meters, depending on the local topography. It is at this point that they become dangerous and devastating, as they can invade and destroy coastal areas, sweeping away everything in their path. Tsunamis can occur anywhere in the world, but they are more frequent and intense in regions with higher seismic and volcanic activity, such as the Pacific Ring of Fire, an area that covers the west coast of the Americas, the east coast of Asia and Oceania, and harbors about 75% of the world's active volcanoes. Tsunamis can also be generated by rare and extreme events, such as the fall of a large meteorite or the explosion of a nuclear bomb, which can cause waves with a global reach. Tsunamis play a significant role in shaping and transforming marine and terrestrial landscapes, as they can transport sediments, rocks, organisms, and nutrients from one place to another. They also influence the climate by altering the temperature and salinity of the water, affecting marine currents and atmospheric circulation. Additionally, they provide scientific information, such as dating geological events, reconstructing paleoenvironments, and understanding the mechanisms that generate them. On the other hand, tsunamis can also have many negative impacts on human life and the environment, especially when they hit the coast. Tsunamis can cause destruction, death, pollution, displacement, hunger, diseases, and climate changes. They can flood, sweep, break, or contaminate homes, roads, bridges, ports, airports, power plants, hospitals, schools, and other buildings. They can also kill, injure, drown, or bury people, animals, and plants. They can generate other natural disasters, such as fires, epidemics, water and food shortages, and ecological imbalance. Throughout history, humanity has witnessed several tsunamis that caused major catastrophes and changed the course of events. Some of these tsunamis were so powerful that they entered the ranking of the most destructive tsunamis in history. Want to know which ones they were? Then keep watching, as we will now reveal the top 5 most destructive tsunamis in history, starting from the smallest to the largest. Let's go. Krakatoa, Indonesia 1883. Fifth on our list is the tsunami caused by the eruption of the Krakatoa volcano, located in the Sunda Strait between the islands of Java and Sumatra, Indonesia. This volcano is a composite type and is also part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. It consisted of 3 main islands, Rakata, Danan, and Perbawatan, with a combined area of about 40 square kilometers. It began showing signs of activity in May 1883, but it was in August of the same year that it erupted with unprecedented violence. The Krakatoa eruption took place between August 26 and 27, 1883, classified as a level 6 on the Volcanic Explosivity Index, referred to as a colossal eruption. It ejected about 18 cubic kilometers of volcanic material into the atmosphere, forming an ash column that reached 80 km in height. It also produced four major explosions, with the last being the strongest, estimated at a power of 200 megatons of TNT, equivalent to 13,000 atomic bombs like the one in Hiroshima. This explosion was heard over 4,000 km away, considered the loudest sound ever recorded in history. This explosion also generated a tsunami that hit the coasts of Indonesia, Australia, India, and Africa, with waves reaching up to 40 meters in height, causing the death of around 36,000 people. The waves were so powerful that they tore pieces off the volcano and threw them kilometers away. One of these rocks, weighing about 600 tons, was found 48 km from the eruption site. The tsunami also destroyed over 160 coastal villages and cities, leaving over 100,000 people homeless. The effects of this eruption and tsunami were impressive and lasted for years. The ash clouds spread worldwide, creating spectacular optical effects such as red sunsets, auroras, and solar halos. Global temperatures dropped by about 1–2 degrees Celsius, affecting crops and climate. Atmospheric pressure increased, causing disturbances in barometers and seismographs. The Krakatoa eruption also influenced culture and politics, inspiring works such as Jack London's The Sea Wolf and William Golding's Lord of the Flies, and provoking revolts and conflicts in Indonesia. The Krakatoa eruption was the most violent and famous of the modern era, causing the death of about 40,000 people directly or indirectly. It also changed the geography of the region, destroying the three main islands and creating a new island called Anak Krakatau, meaning child of Krakatoa. This island continues to grow and erupt periodically, with the latest eruption in 2018 causing another tsunami that killed over 400 people. Messina, Italy, 1908. Fourth on our list is the tsunami caused by the Messina earthquake, located in the Strait of Messina between the island of Sicily and the Italian peninsula. This earthquake was one of the strongest ever recorded in Europe, with an estimated magnitude between 7.1 and 7.2 on the Richter scale. It occurred on December 28, 1908, at 5:21 in the morning, lasting about 30 seconds. It was felt throughout Italy, Sicily, Calabria, Basilicata, Malta, and Albania. This earthquake generated a tsunami that hit the cities of Messina in Sicily and Reggio Calabria on the Italian peninsula, with waves up to 12 meters high, killing about 70,000 people. The waves also hit other coastal cities such as Catania, Syracuse, Taranto, and Marseille. The tsunami also destroyed over 90% of the buildings in the two main cities, leaving more than 200,000 people homeless. The effects of this earthquake and tsunami were terrible and lasted for months. The lack of water, food, energy, and communication hindered rescue and reconstruction efforts. Many people died from cold, hunger, diseases, or violence. Many children were left orphaned or missing. Many survivors emigrated to other regions of Italy or to other countries, such as the United States and Argentina. The Messina earthquake and tsunami were the deadliest in European history and the most studied by scientists who tried to understand the causes and consequences of this event. Toba, Indonesia, 74,000 years ago. Third on our list is the tsunami caused by the eruption of the Toba volcano, located on the island of Sumatra, Indonesia. This volcano is a shield type and is also part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. It is the world's largest supervolcano, with an area of about 100 km in length by 30 km in width. It erupted about 74,000 years ago, in an event considered the largest volcanic eruption in the last 2 million years. The Toba eruption was classified as level 8 on the Volcanic Explosivity Index, known as a mega-colossal eruption. It ejected about 28,000 cubic kilometers of volcanic material into the atmosphere, forming an ash column that reached 50 km in height. It also produced pyroclastic flows, covering an area of about 20,000 square kilometers, equivalent to the size of Israel. Additionally, it generated volcanic cooling, reducing the global temperature by about 5 degrees Celsius, causing an ice age that lasted about 10,000 years. This volcanic cooling also produced a tsunami that hit the coasts of Indonesia, India, Africa, and Australia, with waves up to 15 meters high, killing millions of living beings. The waves also transported sediments, rocks, and marine organisms inland, creating deposits that are now used as evidence of the eruption. The tsunami also altered the geography of the region, creating islands, bays, and estuaries. The effects of this eruption and tsunami were catastrophic for life on Earth. The ash cloud darkened the sky and blocked sunlight, affecting photosynthesis and food production. Many species of animals and plants were extinct or drastically reduced. Humans, who were hunters-gatherers at the time, also suffered greatly from this catastrophe. Some studies suggest that the Toba eruption caused a genetic bottleneck, reducing the human population to about 10,000 individuals, affecting the genetic diversity of our species. The Toba eruption was the largest and most impactful in history, causing the death of millions of living beings directly or indirectly. It also changed the geography of the region, creating a caldera 100 km in length by 30 km in width, where the world's largest volcanic lake, Lake Toba, is now forming. The Toba volcano remains active, but at a much lower level than 74,000 years ago. It is monitored by scientists who seek to better understand its functioning and its impact on the history of Earth and humanity. Lituya Bay, Alaska, 1958. Second on our list is the tsunami caused by the Lituya Bay landslide, located in Alaska, United States. This landslide was triggered by an earthquake with a magnitude of 7.8 on the Richter scale, which occurred on July 9, 1958, at 10:15 p.m. and lasted about 3 minutes. It was felt throughout the region of Alaska, Canada, and the northwest United States. This earthquake generated a landslide that displaced about 30 million cubic meters of rock and ice from the slope of Mount Lituya, which had a height of about 900 meters. This material fell into Lituya Bay, an 11 km long by 3 km wide fjord that connects to the Gulf of Alaska. The impact of the landslide in the water generated a tsunami that hit the shores of the bay with waves up to 525 meters high, the tallest wave ever recorded in history. The effects of this landslide and tsunami were impressive and localized. The giant wave tore trees, rocks, and soil from the slopes of the bay, leaving a visible mark to this day. The wave also destroyed 3 fishing boats in the bay, killing 2 people. The wave also left the bay and hit the Gulf of Alaska, but it lost strength and height, causing no significant damage. The Lituya Bay landslide and tsunami were the highest in history, and the most well documented by scientists, who used eyewitness accounts, aerial photographs, and measurements to reconstruct the event. Chicxulub, Mexico, 66 million years ago. First on our list is the tsunami caused by the impact of the Chicxulub meteorite, located on the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico. This meteorite was a fragment of a larger asteroid called Baptistina, which broke apart in a collision with another asteroid about 160 million years ago. It had a diameter of about 10 km and traveled at a speed of about 20 kms, equivalent to 72,000 kmh. This meteorite struck Earth about 66 million years ago, at the end of the Cretaceous period, in an event considered the largest mass extinction in history. It fell into the sea at a depth of about 20 meters, creating a crater 180 km in diameter and 20 km deep. The impact of the meteorite in the water generated a tsunami that hit the coasts of North America, South America, Europe, Africa, and Asia, with waves up to 100 meters high, killing billions of living beings. The effects of this impact and tsunami were catastrophic and global. The dust and vapor clouds spread worldwide, blocking sunlight and reducing the global temperature by about 10 degrees Celsius. Acid rain and forest fires caused harm to health and the environment. Many species of animals and plants were extinct or drastically reduced. Dinosaurs, which had dominated the planet for over 160 million years, were also extinct, making way for the evolution of mammals and humans. The impact of the Chicxulub meteorite was the largest and most influential in history, causing the death of billions of living beings directly or indirectly. It also changed the geography of the region, creating a crater now buried by sediments and only visible through satellite or radar images. And there you have it, folks. Did you enjoy the video? I hope you did because I put a lot of effort into bringing this information to you. If you want to know more about tsunamis and the events that generate them, leave your questions and suggestions in the comments. I'd love to answer them and make more videos on this fascinating topic. But for today, that's all, folks. Thank you very much for watching until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share the video with your friends. Big hugs, and until next time.